All right, good evening, everyone. So, Pentiment has been out for how much can it be? A month, maybe? Something around that time. I saw it first time during the summer, during the game, Summer Game Fest. And been keeping it an eye on since, but now we have finally caught up to it. So, let's begin with the settings. Not an awful lot of settings, though. English, yeah, like that. There's no voice in the game, so it's all gonna be just text dialogue. I will do my best to read loud. Resolution, full screen, visual quality is maxed out. That's the only graphic setting we have. And gamma, of course, don't need to touch it, I believe. I've fine-tuned this. No need. We will have to see. I hope we don't have to turn that off, but if it's getting annoying, we will. Notification time, I don't know. Voice assist, this is more for... This is, in my opinion, more accessibility than the others, in my opinion, but yeah. We don't need it. Controls, not sure what to do here. I don't think we need to do anything. That's very unnormal, though. But we'll see. So yeah, and who cares? We'll have to see. So yeah, there we have it. Now let me tell you a little bit what I know about the game. I know nothing about the game. I know it takes place in the 16th century Europe, and I know it's has a bit of a unique art style, according to myself. So that's it. Let's go. New game. See here. This game uses stylized fonts and writing effects that may be difficult for some readers. The easy read font option improves the legibility by disabling some fonts and writing effects. Print type. All right. So what if these are the fonts that are in the game? These are all the fonts in the game, because I don't want to get surprised. Peasant script, scribe script, monastic, I believe. I think I can read these, so I'm not sure if we can change this while we're in game, but I will try stylist fonts. I think the game is meant. I don't think it actually matters that much, but let's try that. Pentiment automatically saves your progress as you play the game. Got it. And off we go. We might have to adjust the audio a little bit. We'll see. I did my best just by listening to the main music. I don't think this is any... This is not English. Or is it? Because this doesn't really go up in my mind. Or did I just do a mistake? Press stone. Move stone. Yeah, sure. I will go up to this. Oh. Oh. So Obsidian Entertainment made this? An artist's leaves. An artist's mind? And the abbot said to me, Andreas, I don't want you distracting the sisters in the library. I need you to finish this commission by the end of April. Isn't that much earlier than you were expecting? Yes. He had told me I had until the Ides of May. Asshole. And he is not going to pay you anymore, is he? He has no appreciation for the cost of your sweat. The yield of labor should not be measured in coin, but in personal satisfaction and self-improvement. Personal satisfaction doesn't put much food on the table, does it? How did you reply to the abbot, Andreas? I said I would do my best to get it done by the end of April. With discipline and mindfulness, you will preserve. If you don't kill yourself striving to meet the abbot's unreasonable expectations. What she said. What's the point of burning your candle to the nub for the idiot the abbot's sake? Despite the abbot's ire, you must endure. Soon you will have finished both the abbot's work as well as your masterpiece. And then you will return to Nuremberg, where marriage and your new life as a master awaits you. Yes, marriage to someone he has never met. Hardly ideal. Well, the alternative is becoming a philosopher. Oh Jesus! Then you should definitely get married. Is she pretty at least? The small portrait they said was lovely, but we artists can be flatterers. It is growing late. The wheel of time stops for no man, Andreas. I fear you must leave us. True, your majesty. Will you visit us again soon? Hopefully, but it's out of my control, Your Majesty. As so many things. Trust in Providence. Turbine, please see Andreas safely home. Of course, Your Majesty. Until next time, Andreas. Until next time, Your Majesty. Hey, pay no mind to the other fools, Andreas. I never do. Ow. At least I would if they'd stop stepping on my feet. Watch where you're going. They're fool, Andreas. No point in trying to teach them anything. That guy is having the time of his life. Look at him. I know old John wants you to endure the abbot's shit, but since I take you home, I get the last word. Don't let him run your rag, boy. I won't. The abbot can't push me around. That's what I like to hear. Ouch. Would you please I give up. Take me home, Gurbane. As you wish. Good morning, Ursula. Time to get up. The Baron, April 1518. Go to bed. No. What's this? The Pediatrics. Key of the Solomon. The Heptameron Prior Ferenc keeps giving me all these books to read. Alright, this. I really should clean this up. I'll do it. I'm not tired. Perhaps after pump line? Pump line. Right. And number 6. Good morning, Andreas. Did you sleep well? Quite well, actually. Thank you. I am so glad to hear it. Anyway, I know you will be off to the Abbey, so I packed you some food. Almonds, cheese, and some of the rye you like from the Albans? It says that, or... Otto wanted me to ask if you join him for dinner at the Abbey. Otto stopped by? Yes, around dawn. Is my wine in that as well? Here you are. That's so kind of you, Clara. Many thanks. Astronauts, if it wouldn't be too much trouble, could we... would it be too much trouble if you paid next month's rent today? And if we raised it by 2 groschen. I hate to ask, but we're behind on our taxes to the Abbey. 2 months behind. Peter's losing his hair over it. Even more than usual, I mean. I'm not sure how. Of course, no problem at all. Besides, we wouldn't want Peter to lose any more of his precious hair. Sure. Oh, bless you. Oh, God bless you. And may Saint Luke watch over you today. Speaking of Saint Luke, how is your masterpiece coming along? It's been 2 months now, hasn't it? Slowly, I'm afraid. Most of my days are spent doing work for the Abbey. It's only during the divine office that Prior Ferenc allows me to work on my masterpiece. A reasonable restriction, but slow going. The city council doesn't require it to become a master. I'm making it most of the show clients, and for my own sake. And yes, when I do finish, I will go back to Nuremberg, where I will marry and open a workshop of my own. From Nuremberg to a university, and now traveling the world as an artist. What a life you have ahead of you, Master Andreas. Yes, I suppose it does feel like I'm starting a new chapter in my life after some wandering. It must be rather frightening starting all over. I owe it to my family to also to make something of my life. This will be remembered. They helped me even after I dropped out of university. I can't let them down. I'm sure you make your family proud. Anyway, I don't know anything about art, but I've seen some sketching such beautiful things in your little book. Your masterpiece must be wonderful. It is. It's my finest work. Good. It makes me glad to see some confidence in the men around here sometimes. Now, I have to go back to my own work. Have a good day at the Abbey, and we'll see you after Vespers for supper. Not tonight, but thank you. Klaus Drucker invited me over for supper. Of course, please say hello to the Druckers for us. Of course. Until later, Clara. Hello, Clara. Can you spare a moment to chat? Of course, how can I help? I was wondering if I could help with your tax troubles. I know you are our guest and tenant. Besides, it is far too much for one person to pay alone. How much is it? 2 guldens. If you can't pay rent early, that's all right. I'm sure we can find some way to pay the abbot. I'm happy to contribute whatever I can. I know times are hard for you right now. You have a good heart, but I'm afraid I can't accept. Peter's too proud? Yeah, too proud of a man to ask for charity while there's still ground to till. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have asked you about rent in the first place. You're young and have your own life ahead. If you're sure. I'm happy to pay early, Clara. You've been a good host to me, and I can do without more than I can do without more than your family. Yeah, bless you. Don't mention this to Peter, all right? He would hate to know I told you about about our troubles. He won't know a thing. Thank you. Until later, Clara. Eva. Okay, we have no dialogue here. Okay. For you. That's Peter. Peter and ill Peter. Oh, God bless you. Oh. And Andreas. Oh, yes, Andreas. This weather's been awful. This town's gone shit since my days. Were things very different when you were young? As different as beer and piss. The old abbot didn't bother us much about our customs. He didn't mind if we left a little offering to... what is that? To Persia? We're to keep our skies clear, the weather fair. Matthias knew that Christ was in our hearts, and even if the white lady's name was on our lips. The church banned all observances of pagan gods, Hill Peter. Well, no one told Persia that. She was here first. The saints weren't the first to watch over Tassing. Or casting, probably. No, that's a T. Tassing? My father knew that. Old Ranning Kemper knew that. That bastard abbot may not like it, but some of us kept the traditions alive. Like the old widow, Ottilia. Yes, she always hangs the door frame with lavender to keep the spirits out. Even if it doesn't help the spirits, it does smell nice. I suppose. I just know it helps with the ghosts and witches and whatnot. I should go. Alright, God bless you. Oi, get out of my way. Alright, next way. Morning, Andreas. Morning, Big Jorg. How's it going? You working today? Just taking a rest for a bit. Dad's still in the field. He's hit a big rock with the plow, and it took me Lord knows how long to pull it out. You're off to the Abbey? Every day but Sunday. Right. Thank God for Sundays. Smells like a storm's coming, no? Huh. Smells like fresh alpine air to me. You've been traveling too much. Where was it you spent your Wanderjahre? I mean, were you spending? I don't know. I would just say Wanderjahre before you came to Tassing. Oh, pick a background that will affect your character's choice going forward. Press and hold to confirm your choice. Basel. Andreas knows some Italian and French and can reference culture touchstones from Basel and nearby Bern, Zurich, and Freiburg. Flanders. Andreas knows some Dutch and French and can reference some cultural touchstones from Antwerp, Bruges, and Ghent, Italy. Andreas knows Italian, a little Greek, and can reference culture touchstones from Florence, Venice, and Milan. But I am not really fluent in any of these. I'm just gonna go with Italy. Italy. Florence for a while, but Venice and Milan as well. Italy. No wonder you Your senses are dull. You've been down there too long. Spend enough time in these mountains and you'll be able to smell the storms coming. How long will that take? 10, 15 years? I don't think I have that long, Big Georgie. What do you spend all that time in Italy doing anyway? Other than art, I mean. Pick a background that will affect your character's choice going forward, okay? Hedonist seeks out pleasure wherever he goes. He's extremely social and quite experienced in all of the enjoyable vices in the world. Andreas lives to work and dedicates all his life, all of his time to his art. Bookworm. Andreas spends all of his non-working free time finding and reading as many books as he possibly can. Rapscallion. Andreas has a penchant for getting involved in petty schemes and pranks, minor crimes and fist fightings. Andreas devotes most of his time to self-promotion, optimizing business expenses, making investments, and balancing his books. Let's go with craftsman. Other than art? Nothing. That's what I was there for. Art is the whole point, Big Georg. The craft. I don't have time for anything else. Oh, sorry I asked. Anyway, I have to get going. Georg, let's go. That's already acting like I'm talking too long, even though I did all the work to get that rock out. See you later, Andreas. Until later. Looks like a commotion up there. Andrew Smith's smithy. It's so much smaller than the one he uses at the Abbey. Oh, damn animals everywhere. Martin, please, can you give me a hand here? What do you want? I'm keeping an eye on them. That looks a lot like standing there and doing nothing. Martin, for Christ's sake, help your cousin. Ah, morning, Andreas. Excuse us, one of the fence rails fell and the sheep started hopping it. Should I offer to help? Is there something I can do to help? Have you ever handled sheep before? Well, I know. No, but thank you. Christian of you to offer. Oh, look, there's something going on up at the Steiner's place. Who's that on the horse? Looks rich. I don't know, Martin, but Lucky is giving him an earful. Christ, I haven't seen Lucky that worked up since Peter and Clara's wedding, when Johan pulled his pants down. Knocked two of my man's teeth out. You don't want to feel the strength behind a stonemason's anger. Do you think he's a noble? He looks really rich. God damn it, Martin, stay out of trouble for once. What don't yeah, I don't know. Behave yourself. Don't we have enough to deal with right now? Eddie, okay, Eddie. Andreas, if you wouldn't mind moving your skinny little body up the road, we need to get this sheep under control. Okay, of course. See you later. Good luck. Let's check out the commotion. I cannot check that. Klaus, Drucker House. We're invited for dinner there later. Yes. Morning, Andreas. How's it going? Morning, Klaus. Another day at the Abbey, another few hours to work on my masterpiece. Good to hear. You're still coming for our supper tonight? Marie and Bert would love to see you. You really need to see. You really need to see these new woodcuts I have for an Italian edition of Till Eulenspiegel. I didn't realize Father Thomas let you print books in Italian. Come on, Andreas, he's not that strict. I know he's trying to protect people from heresy. Sure, why not? Some of things people are publishing these days would make a bishop's head spin. Or an abbot's. Huh. It doesn't take that much with that one. I know it, but at least I don't have to deal with him much. So, supper tonight after Vespers? Vespers. Fantastic hour at dusk. One of the major prayer hours, it is followed by supper. Alright? After dusk. Of course. Thank you. Great. I'll tell Marie and Bertie you're coming. See you then. See you later. Let's see. God bless Master Malor. I hope your week is going well. Thank you, Father. It's going quite well. I'm just on my way up the hill to get to work. Good, Andreas. I don't recall seeing you at Sunday morning mass. You understand how important it is for your salvation that you receive the Holy Communion, don't you? Yes, I apologize for it, Thomas. I promise I'll make it this Sunday. You don't have to make a promise to me, but our salvation is contingent on the... Oh my, what a blessed day to receive such an illustrious visitor. Master Mahler, this is Loring, Baron of Rothvogel, a great lord from the countryside near Worms. Good to see you, Father Thomas. It is nice to be remembered fondly. I only wish all of your neighbors were as welcoming. Well, yes. What brings you back to our little town? My wife and I were returning from a trip to Venice. We spent a few days in Innsbruck, and it was terribly dull. I mean, it has a certain charm common to these alpine cities, but the place was crawling with nobles for the emperor's diet. Alright. The emperor, was he there? Did you see him? Oh, briefly, but he was sitting for a portrait at the time. Quite lovely. I didn't want to bother him or the painter. Saying nothing. Anyway, my wife wanted to stay a bit longer in Innsbruck. Okay. And I decided to ride ahead and make a visit to here. So I had a Father Matthews died shortly after my last visit, of course. A great loss for the Abbey and for us all. Indeed. By good fortune, I recently came across a copy of the Historia... What's that? Historia Tassay. A copy of Historia Tassay he was reading during his last visit. Father Matthias was hoping to find a second copy to corroborate with the contents of the first. It contains some fascinating details about the history of this place. I'm afraid there might be even cause a bit of scandal, hey? Ah, yes. But I must be off. There will be some time. There will be time enough to discuss Tassing's past later. I commissioned a manuscript from the Abbey through Father... What's that? Okay. Father Gernot? And I have come to check on its progress. Oh my lord, if you have come to see your manuscript, then you should speak with young Master Mallory here. Not quite true master yet. I still have to marry and be approved by our city council. And there is a journeyman artist from Nuremberg. For the next month, he's also been helping in the Abbey's scriptorium. A Nuremberger artist lurking in an Abbey scriptorium in 1580. Oh, we should talk, Andreas. I must know the story. Of course, my lord. It will be an honor. Wonderful. It's so rare to find someone in the countryside who knows anything about art. Thank you for the introduction, Father Thomas. Oh no. Come to supper at the Abbey tonight. I'm inviting you to the Abbot's table. Did the Abbot invite me? Oh, don't worry about it, Father. Just show up after Vespers. What is he going to do? Refuse us? Excellent. We will see you then. Nikolaus, I'm dismounting. Run ahead of us and take the horses to the Abbey's guest house. I'd like to take my time talking with Master Mallory. I'll meet you there. At once, my lord. So then, a journeyman from Nuremberg. Forgive me for saying so, but you seem a little old to not be a master. Are you unmarried? No, I'm not married, but in truth I came to my vacation later than my father and my brothers. I was in university for a number of years at Erfurt. Erfurt, wonderful. The same university as Martin Luther. Have you read his works? Tremendous mind. He says things about the church that should have been said years ago. Might get him into trouble, but he's a brave and brilliant man. Wait. You may have even met him, did you? You must tell me. Oh no, he was a few years ahead of me. Still, his ideas do seem fascinating. I agree wholeheartedly. I simply must meet him if I get a chance. I wonder if the good brothers of the Abbey have heard of him. Perhaps they even read his list of 95 theses against the church. Father Matthias was not above having a lively debate. I hope Father Gernot does not disappoint in that regard. But enough about Luther for now. Tell me about your university studies. Forgive me, Baron, but did you attend university? You seem very well educated. Ah, no, my family is merely wealthy enough to provided me with all of the books and tutors a child could dream of. I have all knowledge from Aristotle and Cicero and to Ficino and Erasmus? Erasmus, yeah. And everyone in between and yet to come. I may have misguided the Baron. It seems he's as well read as any university student. In truth, I'm simply happy to speak with another well-educated man. Now then, did you earn your doctorate? In truth, I am simply happy to speak with another well-educated man. Now then, did you earn... Yeah, I know. Wait, well, if I press on it, does that change the text? I know. I didn't. Only a master degree. I started working towards a doctorate, but didn't finish. Oh, that's a shame. Well, what was your area of study? Theology. Andreas has a strong understanding of Catholic theology, biblical knowledge, the common law, heresies, and similar subjects. Imperial law. Andreas knows the basics of the fractured systems of law that govern the various states of the Holy Roman Empire. Andreas is familiar with the basics of human biology, medicine, and illness. Let's go with imperial law. Law, I suppose. I thought I could have practiced in Nuremberg. I never had much interest in the subject, honestly. A bit dull of my tastes. Besides, the Empire is such a mess of jurisdictions. Bavarian law, Rhenish law, Franconian law, nonsense. I'd rather use my money to pay someone who studied the nonsense than learn it myself. You. If I had any faith, I would have prayed you'd never show your face here again. Curse you. I don't know. These rustic communities display a shocking lack of hospitality, don't you think? What was that about? Who knows? By the time I finished guessing, the old crone will probably be dead. Well, what was your early time in university? Every student must study the trivium and quadrivium, yes? Did you have a favorite subject? Latinist, logician, orator, occultist, heaven and earth. Logician. Andreas instinctively thinks through the implications of information as he receives it. He adapts as a spiral analysis and can easily perform complicated calculations in his head. Let's go with that. Logic, geometry, and arithmetic. Quite interesting for an artist. Was Aristotle's organon the foundation of your study? Yes, the organon for logic and Euclid's element for geometry. For the past few centuries have yielded wonderful new texts on logic. Peter Abelard provided the foundation of scholastic philosophy and established the primary of the Aristotle's work. The Englishman William of Ockham gave us the Summa Logica, arguing normalism against Platonic realism. And of course, Thomas Aquinas gave us the tools to employ both faith and reason in the pursuit of truth. All monks and friars, of course, a great deal of work to force Aristotle to fit within the church wisdom of truth. Is that so wrong? I question that these great men should have had wrestled logic into that church established by fire and force. And your other students? Was there anything else you excelled at? Studies, probably. Platanist. Alright. So now I think we go with heavens and earth here, maybe. Or should we go with this? Platanist. Constellations, heavenly bodies and their movement. He's also familiar with various plants and animals from study and personal experience. Yeah, I think we'll go for this. I love studying about the natural world, my lord. About the heavens above and the wild spaces around us. Formerly I studied as much astronomy as I could. It's incredible how much we learned from both the Arabs and the Greeks. True, but even now we continue to discover more about what we can see within the celestial sphere. What began as a pagan myth to explain our place in the world may help us understand our place in the heavens. And it may seem foolish, but I spent a lot of time in the wilderness, learning about plants and animals. Really? Did the libraries of Erfurt not have enough herbals to satisfy your curiosity? I don't mean to malign our most august and Greek Romans authors, but the Materia Medicinae was written before the coming of Christ. Surely there are more that we can learn about plants, insects and animals by observing them in nature. And beyond that, I simply have a love for wild places. While I do not share your academic interest in nature, I must admit that I sometimes enjoy solitude of a walk in the woods. Ah, there's the abbey. Let's see. So let's give me a moment here. I have good memories of this place and of Father Matthias. I was sad to hear of his passing. How did you come to know him? How did you come to know Curacao at all? My family has been patrons of Curacao for I don't know how many generations. Some years ago, I heard Curacao still had a wonderful library and artisans. Professional artists have taken over most manuscript production. So I was shocked to find an active scriptorium here. Well, there's not much left to it these days. 2 old men, a young scribe and me. Oh well, perhaps it is nostalgia that brings me back here. I commissioned a manuscript through Father Journal a year ago, though I thought I'd stop by and check on the progress. Wait, are you the artist working on it? It's a prayer book with 20 illustrations. I know the work, but no, I do not know the artist well. The venerable brother Piero. How venerable? He still has his wits and his skills, if that's what concerns you. Brother Piero is an incredible talent with color. Then I very much like to look forward to see it. Miklaus, 10 to the horses and the baggage. I'm heading up to the abbey. Yes, my lord. Well, let's not keep the abbot waiting any longer. Nuns. Quite unusual for a Benedictine house to have monks and nuns, even if they are separated. The church closed most of them centuries ago. But then Curacao is a place out of time in more ways than one. Why were they closed? Monks and nuns living side by side cannot behave themselves. I don't blame them though. The church shouldn't. The church shouldn't either. It's just human nature after all. Ah, you must be Father. You're not. I'm Lawrence, Baron of. Oh dear. Yeah. Oh dear. Yes, the Baron of. The Baron of. Oh dear. Yeah. Okay. Oh, well, Rotvogel. So wonderful to have you here again. We actually did meet on your last visit. Yes, if you say so. I'm not good with remembering faces. Please forgive me, my lord, but I wasn't expecting you for another few days. Yes, I know, but I rode ahead. I just couldn't wait to see my manuscript. I'm sure it's no trouble. Well, yes. I mean, no, it's no trouble. Did you want to see it now? Oh, in a moment. I could do with a bit of refreshment, though. May I grab something from the kitchen? Yes, certainly, my lord. I will meet you there. Andreas, I don't know what you were doing with the Baron, but I'll need you in the scriptorium now. Of course, Father, I'm eager to get to work. Then get to work. What's the matter with you? Shit, I should have asked him about an advance for Gardner's taxes. Maybe I could convince Brother Matteo to pay me early. Shrine, Lower Abbey, Convent Garden. Jo, det du i 1600-talets Europa. Okej. Vi är här. Scriptorium där. Aha. God bless you, Andreas. Has your voice yet recovered from Easter Mass, Rudiger? Oh yes, it was a bit of a strain, but a worthy sacrifice. Well, if the Lord could give us his all on Easter. Exactly. Have a good day in the scriptorium. Yeah, have a good day singing. Crypt Tower. I think we are heading the right way, maybe. We are not heading the right way. Let's see. Dorm. I can actually cut through the dorm by the looks of it. Yes. Let's go for the dorm. Let's get through here. Scriptorium. Piero. Andreas, God bless you. So good to see you. Yeah, good morning, brother Piero. Good to see you as well. I don't like this weather. My bones ache. It means a storm is coming. Big Jorg Gertner says that if you live here 10 or 15 years, you can smell storms coming. Brother Aladog has been here for long enough that we can always smell him coming. Do not forget, brother Guy, the fate of the youth who who heard the aged prophet cliche outside the Berto. Are you comparing yourself to a prophet, brother Aladog? Iadog. I'm comparing you to impudent youth who the Lord in his ineffable wisdom may choose to strike down. Gotta guy, please show more respect to brother Adog. You're being mean spirit. Stay out of this, Andreas. The old fart can defend himself well enough. I need no defense against the likes of you. God protect his faithful against the iniquities. Maybe should have picked the easier texts. Wasn't expecting these people to have that. Well, everyone seems quite lively. I suppose that means Prior Ferenc is not overseeing us today. He was here, but then he heard Lawrence Rothvogel had arrived, and he hurried out like a little mouse. Ferenc is so desperate to impress the abbot and the nobles like Rothvogel. It's pathetic. You feign kindness to Father Abbot and our prior only to speak about them like this behind their backs. It's shameful. Oh no, Baron Rothwell, this manuscript. I just realized he will want to see his manuscript. How silly of me. Of course, that's why he's visiting. Perhaps if you were younger and faster, you would need to worry so much about the Patron's visits. Let's see here. Let's pick this one. The true craftsmen care more about quality than simply being fast. With skills comes speed. Sadly, it may elude you forever. I would rather take my time than compromise quality. Ja, det verkar helt okej än så länge. Jag har fått välja lite val för att bygga lite backstory. Anyway, what's the problem? The Baron is just one client. He has to wait like everyone else. Andreas, Baron Rothfogel is not like anyone else. He has powerful friends, including the Prince Bishop of Phrasing. Kirsten is already out of favor. Father Abbott does not want to have to deal with more attention. Well, if Prior Ferenc isn't here, I'm going to work on my masterpiece until he arrives. Oh, that's right. I need a reference. In their Maur manuscript. What do you want, Andreas? A book. The In their Maur manuscript. The Book of Hours. Your hair looks messy today. Did you get enough sleep? Could I just get the book? That's all the way upstairs. Can't you get by without it? I'm sorry, but I really can't. I need to reference it for my work. Really? My feet hurt and the stairs are so steep. I'm just going to ask Illuminatra to get it? Sister Illuminatra. Andreas needs help finding a book and I don't know where it is. Andreas? Sister Illuminatra, I'd like to borrow the In Der Mauer manuscript, the Book of Hours. Yes, I overheard. Here, please return it promptly. Sure. Hey, what do you want, old man? Andreas, may I see how your masterpiece is coming? Of course, your opinion is always welcome. Yes, the composition is lovely. There is a joyful spirit in your arrangement of the figures. The contrast of colors is also quite nice. Rich and beautiful on their own, but not overpowering the scene. It doesn't feel right, I don't know why. It's an excellent interpretation of someone else's work. What do you mean? It's all my work. My son, you are copying the illustration from In Der Mauer manuscript almost exactly. So, what's wrong with that? Haven't I improved on it? Artistically, yes, it's wonderful, but I feel you have not given much thought to what to represent. It's November. In November, we show peasants leading the pigs into the forest to forage on acorns before the slaughter. Andreas, the peasants here are no longer allowed to forage acorns in the forest. Many great lords and abbots across the empire forbidden it. Even Father Gernot. What difference does it make? This is the way November is painted. But it's not the way November is. Art is illusion, storytelling, but in their most sublime form. These images illuminate a path to truth. The technique is all that matters to me. Perfecting the craft can't that be enough? Only you can answer that, Andreas. There was a time that I marveled at my own technique. But there is a reason we monks do not usually identify ourselves in our work. It for men's pride, vanity. With time I learned to take simple satisfaction in helping to spread truth to others. But you need not to listen to my opinions. They are just the thoughts of one old monk. There's no place for the monastic scriptoria anymore. And true, this room is a place out of time. Does that make you sad? I admit I'm still fond of the old styles of lettering and illumination, but even in my youth I knew it could not last. The creation of books of art is no longer the province of monasteries, so be it. More people will be able to write, more will be able to read, and in so doing be brought to truth. Don't you think there's a danger in anyone being able to write and not being able to read or anything? There is danger, of course, but printers are already here. We cannot roll back the wheel of time. It is left to you and the generations who follow to be good and responsible stewards for those yet to come. The rest is in God's hands. Okay. Where has the time gone? It's already Terek. On asking hour corresponding to a 9 a.m. on the little hours of prayer. Well, we need to ask someone to. Can I browse? No, I want to browse this book. It doesn't really help anything. Too much talk. I must ask forgiveness for not honoring the rule. The rule. The Rule of Saint Benedict of Nursia is a book of instructions for monks living together under the guidance of an abbot. Written in the 9th century, the rule provides the principles of living a monastic life. Until later. Until later. What are you doing? What's going on in there? Let's see here. Options. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the easy red font. I think that will be much easier. Historical lettering. Enable medical characters and fonts. Easy red. Dialogue speed. That dialogue speed is actually kind of nice. Let's go. Control the size of the characters' heads in the game. It's beautiful. It has some clipping issues though. See here. That's not really what I wanted to check. What's that? That is just browsing through the book a bit, but no. This is what I think I want to check. I could speak with brother Matthew about an early payment for my manuscript. And who is he? That's the guy we just saw. Prior Ferenc. A guy. So I'm looking for that one. I think I saw him outside. Okay. We're gonna try to find him. I hope he's still there. Andreas, what was that noise? I'm sorry, Sister Illuminata. I knocked a bowl of paint on the floor. But then Prior Ferring came in and wrote in one of his books, slammed it closed and left. He was in such a hurry, I don't think he even noticed me. He was slamming books shut? Prior Ferring should know better than that. Some of these manuscripts are quite delicate. Which is why books should not be taken out of the library unless it is necessary for divine reading or work in the scriptorium. Are you still mad at me for borrowing the Chronica Clara? No, anger is not an appropriate response for a nun. But the fact remains that you tricked me into giving you that book for no valid reason. Not valid? Is it not a valid to want to see works of one of the great Irish scribes? One who wrote masterworks that can even grace libraries such as Cologne, Fulda and Mainz? No, it's not. Not unless it pertains to your work or the abbot permits it. Now, if you'll excuse me. Wait, what was that fuss about Lawrence Rothvogel? Why is Prior Ferring so nervous? Lawrence? I didn't know you were familiar enough with the man to use his Christian name. Anyway, I haven't dealt with him personally, but the Prior and the Father Abbot have. I only know that he purchased a number of our most valuable manuscripts over the years. And he paid enough to help the Abbey when we needed it. Like what? What did he buy? I can't remember. You know, I have my own responsibilities to attend to. How about this, Andreas? If you help me recover some missing books, I'll tell you what I know about the Baron. Of course. I'll help in any way I can. Thank you. It's for the good of the Abbey. Where should I begin? Out there, where you and your cohort have carelessly strewn books around the scriptorium. I will tell you what books I'm looking for. Find them and return them to me. The first books are the 2 volumes of the Aeneid. Reddish covers, 14 inches by 10 inches, 3 inches thick. Innsbruck inches or Nuremberg inches. What? Nuremberg inches are low. What color are the covers again? Reddish. Oh, I know the ones. They're among Pierre's favorites. He keeps them by my desk. They are not his to keep. There's a fair amount of wear on these. I hope you don't mind. Those volumes were old even when Pierre started to make the copies. How long was that? 3 years? The Aeneid is not one of my favorite stories. But I understand why it appeals to Piero. Aina chose his duty to the gods over his lover Dido. Do you think Aina's sense of duty appeals to Piero? We all have our vocations, but Piero takes this more seriously than most of the others in this abbey. You clearly take your chosen vocation seriously. And as I didn't have a choice in my vocation, few women do. Well, you're right, of course. Is it really that bad? Being a woman that limiting? She's exaggerating, it's fine. How would you know? True. She knows her life better than I do. Yeah, you're right, of course. I appreciate that you understand how limited our roles and our choices truly are. Even in stories, we are maidens to be rescued and wed, cruel seducers of men, or wizened crones. Like neither, we ordinary women are merely tools in the tales of men. We can never be a protagonist of our own stories. No woman is exempt from that. From the empress to a nun. It is our lot. I suppose I understand now why you are not fond of the Aeneid. It's fine poetry for men. Now, the books, if you please. Thank you. Next, The Wretched Guerrian. It is a printed copy, green cover, diamond pattern. I do not have the size in the ledger, but hopefully the description is enough. I know the one you're talking about. Brother Idog was reading it. There it is. The beauty of this book truly believes in its ridiculous content. I'm surprised the Abbey owns a copy. We don't. It belongs to Amanda Rusky of Lugano. It's a Venetian edition that's quite valuable. He loaned it to us 5 years ago. It was subsequently lost, and the abbot has received 3 letters about it. I've certainly seen the brothers enjoying it. That book is not appropriate reading for Benedictine monks. A baby is sold a pirate, raised a servant, and lives a life of adventure, vowing princesses and fighting in tournaments. You forgot the best part. In the end, Guerin learns he has royal blood, the son of a duke. He reigns as a king and dies as a pious hermit. What's not to love? Benedictines should have dreamed of reconciliation with our Lord, not lusty adventures. I suppose you're right. It's better suited for knaves like me. It's not my place to reprimand anyone for their reading stories, least of all you. Still, we must be on our guard. Fantasy leads to temptation. Temptation has led to the downfall of many men and women. Sometimes yes, but books like this is the same type of fantasy, isn't it? To die better than we are born. And what's the problem with that? Why shouldn't a peasant dream of being a king? There is neither Jew nor Greek, neither slave nor free, neither male nor female, for you are all one in Christ Jesus. Yeah, we may be one in Christ, but we are not equal in this world. It isn't this world we should be concerned with, Andreas. But the book in it, we must return it. Or would you like the abbot to receive a 4th letter? In truth, it is unlikely you have considered liable under the Bavarian law. Oh, are you a legal scholar now as well as an artist? Well, actually, I did study law at university. I don't care. I'm not concerned about the legality of it, but the principle. The book, please. There's only one book left, then you will be freed from bondage. A dark red cover, 8 inches high, 5 inches across, 2 inches thick.